Hey you guys, so I'm in the car right now and I'm waiting for something. So I said, let me go ahead and do a little story time since I'm in the vehicle. It sounds like a good idea too. Maybe my story time should be sitting in the car. I'm trying to put my shoe on, y'all. I'm gonna be sitting here for a minute. Maybe I should turn the car off. It is cold in Houston and I am loving it. This is my weather and I'm forever gonna be outside. I'm gonna try to find something to do. This is my weather, y'all. Sit in park. Yeah. So my story time today is why I left the church house. Now, most of y'all know from my main channel that my father, my late dad, was a pastor. So I'm a preacher's kid. Sure am. I know I be cussing, I know I be doing the worldly, but yeah, I'm a pastor's kid. And you know, if you grew up in the church, you know how difficult it is being, you know, one of the ministers or deacons or pastor's kid or a bishop's kid. It's the worst thing you could ever go through. My only thing, I kind of sort of used to look at my father like, dang, you know, you could take up for your kids a little bit, just a little bit. Have our back a little bit. You know, I feel like every time when they would report us or lie on us or spy on us, you know, he never gave us the fair chance. He was like, okay, let's say Sister Demon, because that's what I look at them as these days, demons, all of them up in that church house. Sister Demon will go to him and be like, oh, Misha, why she wasn't inside the church? She was outside for like 15 minutes. Meanwhile, cause I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. One time my mother gave us porridge before we went to church. And for whatever reason, y'all, that day it was not the business. I think I was 10 or 12. And y'all, I had to go to the restroom because I needed to, you know, puke, throw up, whatever. So this heifer gonna tell my father, oh, Misha walked out of Sunday school for like 15 minutes or whatever. So I'm like, so my father, he come looking, yelling, busting the bathroom. And he saw that I was sick and throwing up. He was like, oh, are you okay? You okay? No, there's no are you okay? Like, they just hated us for no reason. They will report everything. And you know what's great? And these are his friends, by the way. Especially the little female ones. The little female, you know, whatever you want to call them, that be in the church, always reporting. So, over the years, it's just so many things that happened. They weren't respectful to my mother, which is another thing that, you know, once me and my brother started getting up in age, we started realizing like, yo, these church hoes are very disrespectful. And because they like my father and they wanted my mother's seat. Yeah, I'm saying it, and I hope y'all watching it. We knew everything that was going on, but out of respect for my father, I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta open this because, you know, the thing on the car. Out of respect for my father, we never acted out or been out of hand or whatever. So when I turned 18, I told myself, I said, I want to get out of this church house. So I conjured up, my father don't know, my parents don't know this, I conjured up a way. I'm like, listen, I want to go off to college. I'm going to tell my parents I want to go off to college. I hope y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. If not, y'all can hear me. I'm black as hell, I know. But I'm beautiful, honey. But anyway, so I was like, listen, I want to go off to college. Can I please go? He thought about it for a few months. And then, you know, child, he said yeah. When he said yeah, I didn't even celebrate. I held it in. I didn't do nothing. My brother's looking at me like, And I'm like, I'm getting up out of here. And honestly, like, I just, you know what? Let me stop being ungrateful. Let me rewind for 2 seconds. I love Jesus Christ. Not because I was taught to, not because it was preached to me, but because I felt them for myself. I know he exists. I know he's real. I believe in Jesus Christ. Nothing will ever change that. I'm the Lord's child. I'll be praising him for the rest of my life. I have my own personal relationship with him. So we're going to cut that now. When I did leave the church, I'm not going to lie, I felt bad. I feel bad till this day. Till this day, I felt bad because I miss being around the other young people that actually wanted to have fun and worship and be in church, doing the activities. I used to sing in the choir, all that stuff. I do miss it, you know, but at the same time, it was just so much stress. It felt like a chore. It just started feeling like a chore. It started feeling like a headache. It started feeling like, oh my God, I gotta go to church today. When, you know, it shouldn't be like that. And then when you step back and look at it, I'm sorry y'all, cars are going by. When you step back and look at it, you realize that, y'all, these cars is ruining my thing. Give me a second, I'm about to put my windows back up. It ain't even 6 o'clock yet. I mean 5 o'clock yet. How they leaving? Okay, anyway. When you step back and you really look at it, and I don't know if people that don't go to church no more can relate to me. It's not even, when you look back at it, it's the people as to why you don't want to go. It's the fucking people like you don't want to go. You know, it has nothing to do with God as to why I don't go. Nothing whatsoever. And then fast forward to 2009, some of these churches are so toxic, so tainted. Like, some of them are even just about a fashion show. I know we're not going to church for people. I know that. That's their favorite line to use. Oh, you're not going to church for people, but I got to be amongst y'all. I got to be amongst y'all to be in the church. I got to be amongst y'all. You know what I'm saying? But again, I do miss it. I'm not talking down. I get it. You have to have church. We're supposed to go to church. I get it. But that's how I got out, y'all. I had to conjure it up. Went off to college and I stopped going. When I got out of college, I ain't went back. And for whatever reason, my father never said nothing about it. I think he low-key, hold on, because they going by again. I would just put the window up. My bad, y'all. Let me just put the window up. I gotta do that again. Low-key, I think he knew we were miserable. And I think that's why he didn't say nothing, or at first pump that we need to go to church. However, about 5 to 8 years later, he said to me, he was like, you know, I would like for you to come back to the Lord. And I was just like, child. And like I said, I do feel bad because I was in the church. I wasn't just going. Me or my siblings, we weren't just going. We were actually in the church, like in the church, doing the testimony, singing in the choir. My brother was on the drums. Like, it was, we were in. We weren't just going. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't do it no more, y'all. I couldn't do it no more. These days now, I'm trying to accept these churches for what they do and how they do it or whatever. But I still haven't been able to find a church that I would actually want to become a member of. Because again, all of these churches just seem to be like a fashion show and not really doing much of anything that... I feel like some of these churches are missing the seriousness as to why we're really there. And that's what's been taking me a while to actually find a church home. Yeah, so I haven't been back. And it's like I'm not enthused to go back, but I know I want to go back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I left the church house. It was the worst. And yeah. So that's that. And here come my baby father. So I'll catch y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all.